What's up, guys? It's Maxwell, and we are back with Clashversation episode 2. Once again, I am joined by Ferox,
Hi guys.
Sloffles,
Hey guys, good to be back.
and of course Asterix.
Hi.
And let's get started. Alright, guys, and of course we are once again gonna start off with the past, aka the three most interesting wars from last week. First one we're gonna talk about is gonna be WHF versus OneHive, and of course we've got the OneHive expert in the house, so Asterix, take it away.
Yeah, well, I said that in the last show, any given Sunday. I thought we would win, but there's always a first. So first out, heads up to WHF. Great war by them. I think we lost and we deserved to lose. We didn't deserve to win. We didn't perform like we usually do. WHF, in case they had 7 10v10s. They just brought it, and yeah.
How many 10v10s did you have at OneHive?
We had 2 10v10s.
Okay.
They had 7.
Okay. How did it look on dips? I'm not quite sure about that.
Well, we had 2 dip fails. One dip was a 99% heartbreaker. Did actually good on the dips. Besides that,
Okay.
2 dip fails.
Okay.
199%. Yeah.
So yeah, just the 10v10s. 10v10s is what got you.
We 5 stars is 107 to 112.
All right. Ferox, thoughts on the war?
Nice. I'm surprised, to be honest, because I thought it would be a close war between both of them. And last week I predicted OneHive to win. And I'm really impressed because having 7 10v10s is really huge and not that common. I did not see that coming, and well, heads out for WHF.
Yeah, sure. Sloffles?
Yeah, I didn't expect a blowout like this, but yeah. I guess it wasn't all for OneHive and an extreme good performance from WHF.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching Jake's stream yesterday, and he said that this week felt sort of similar to the loss that OneHive took against us against DLZ, where it just felt for OneHive like they had a really off war and the other team was performing really strong. So 2 such big losses for OneHive. Really strange, like almost looks like those 2 weeks were played by a different clan or something, which is of course not the truth. So yeah, very good performance by WHF, and just a strange week for OneHive, we're gonna put it that way. All right, the next war that we're gonna talk about is Six Schlitzes versus North Watchers, and Sloffles, please take this one away.
All right, so I turned in to watch Chubalua, and I watched a bit of the end. I believe it was 4-4 on 10v10s, so really equal there. And what got North Watchers the win was actually that they only failed 1 dip, where Six Glitches failed 2 dips. So my prediction kind of from last week, where I said if North Watchers doesn't fail dip, they will win, turned out to be correct.
All right,
So hats off to North Watchers.
Yeah.
Certainly. Asterix, thoughts on that one?
I have to be honest. Like I didn't expect the North Watchers to win this. So yeah, heads up. Congratulations. Good war.
All right, Ferox, any thoughts on this one?
No, just that I predicted right, and I think. And yeah, I always go with the underdog, and it looks like an awesome war. I just have not seen that much from it, so nice win, guys.
All right, cool. Yeah, I have actually not seen that much of this war either, so I'm gonna save my words for the next one as well, I guess. And yeah, just nice win for North Watchers. They're a close one for sure, but yeah. The third war that we're going to talk about is Dark Looters versus Buy Forever, 111 to 110. I've been watching this one pretty closely actually, and Dark Looters had 5 10v10s. Buy Forever only 1, and Dark Looters were in the lead quite a bit, but then they had 3 dip fails sort of mid-war, and that really made it close, but in the end they were able to outlast by forever. Although Itsu got 11v11 tripled, but he also pulled off an 11 vs 11 3-star, so that brought the percentages back in DL's favor. And yeah, really close in the end. A lot of people didn't expect it, and it didn't look like that mid-war, but yeah, once again, a solid performance by Forever against the top team. Sort of like against you guys, Loffels.
Yeah, yeah, Buy Forever is a great clan. They're just missing out sometimes on the win.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I think Ferox.
Yeah, well, I hope that it would be close, but I also predicted Dark Leaders to win. And well, congratulations, Dark Leaders, but also congratulations to Buy Forever for giving them a run for their money.
All right, Asterix, any thoughts?
I think to gain 110 stars against a clan like Dark Looters is a solid performance. There's actually nothing left to say besides, missing that 1 star. That makes a difference. It has been like this forever, and
all right,
pity,
all right,
but that's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we got it pretty much wrapped up for the past and the weeks for Last War. That brings us over to the interview. All right, guys, the interview. I've got some questions, and the most obvious one, I got to bring this to you, by the way. We are recording this on Monday night, so it's going to come out Tuesday or Wednesday, so we probably don't know as much at this point as you know now, but the update has dropped, the big update that has been announced with several captain's logs. So everybody, quick thoughts on the update. Asterix, why don't you start?
What I know is, first of all, I'm actually pretty impressed that, like, it's a huge update. So Supercell did not lie. It's huge update. I like the graphic of everything and sort of stuff, but it's kind of too early at this point to go in depth. I kind of like it so far, but there are things I don't like. But like I said, it's kind of too early to really talk about it.
All right.
In my opinion.
Ferox, you told me earlier that you have been farming several new villages on several accounts already today. So what are your thoughts?
I like that there was kind of night mode, because we wanted a night mode for quite a while. So the graphic is impressive. What I also liked is the gem mine. So I'm farming. I only farm to get the effing gem mine. And yeah. But what annoys me is that like after 3 attacks you're done and you can't upgrade anything anymore. Just rely on your baby collectors and mines. But let's see.
Yeah, Itsu.
Not much to say.
Itsu already said that might be changed soon. So yeah, we're gonna find out on that. Sloffels, I bet you have been testing the new loons.
Yeah, I've been testing the new loons. They don't seem that much different than they used to be. Just funneling with loons is a little bit more tricky. You need more drops or deaths on a mortar or a Tesla, for example. But overall, the Lalo really isn't changed much. I actually think it's smoother now with the drop times.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm really loving it. And then yeah, I've got 4 accounts in CWL, so I'm farming them all up. I'm not sure yet on the impact of the like the changes you can do to your normal base, to your war base, like the geared up cannon or archer tower that's coming later.
Yeah.
So I'm just farming and seeing how it will impact war. But yeah, I really like the overall graphics and the new troops with the new abilities, and it's really another strategic cool thing.
Yeah, well, I'm actually even worse off than you are on that department because I've got 5 accounts in CWL, so even some more work to do on that. Yeah, I have been reading quite a bit of hate of top level war players today on the update. Like, what is this supposed to be? because it was announced huge, and obviously they took it as a huge update for war players, but they forget that the war players are definitely the minority of the people who are playing Clash. So I also don't think that Supercell was lying saying it is a huge update. Just a bit different than what the war community expected, maybe. Still, there is a few changes, and we are gonna see how those pan out over these next couple of weeks. Obviously, we've got a bye week now, yeah, we've got that, and yeah, I think it's pretty fun. Tough to say something specific about it, but the new village is fun for sure. A lot of people are gonna be hyping it up, and I think it's really good for the casual players. So. Yeah, that's that. That's our first update thoughts for you guys. Next up, we've got a topic that we are gonna keep very small and short, although as we already found out before we started recording, we could talk about this for quite a while. It's about war whales, and I just want to take a quick moment to recap what has happened with war whales, to war whales, because there is a lot of wrong opinions out there, I feel. So Sloffels, just real quick, please sum up for us what has happened since you are a war whales co-leader.
All right, so about 3 weeks ago, we recruited a new player called Luke. He plays on Tunnel 10 Scorpion Winds. He was a transfer from Spartan's Legacy, where he was a co-leader in the past. But we didn't have any transfers left, so we kept him off the roster, which also gave us some problems. Then it turned out that during the Immoral Thieves versus War Whales War, he modded during the war, and the videos were released during the war, which made IT not focused enough to really give it their all, and they kind of slacked their attacks. The week after, the admins investigated and tried to work with both Luke and Pellet, which was the leaker. Both parties didn't really help, so it was a long investigation. In the end, it turned out to be true. Luke modded. We forfeited the war to Immoral Thieves. And then one other thing, during the War Whales versus Powercock War, we had another member of our team, Prophet, who disconnected during his first 10v10 hit. So he gave his info to Luke. Unknowingly, there was a mistake. Luke tripled in the end, so Prophet got suspended actually for letting someone outside of our master roster hit for him. We didn't forfeit that war just because the circumstances. We discovered like 2 weeks after the war ended, and it was 112 to 115, so the admins didn't think it would have mattered or changed the war.
Only one star there.
Yeah, only one star there. And then, yeah, so basically Luke is removed from the clan. Prophet got a 2-week suspension for letting someone outside of our master roster use his account. And then a completely separate issue from this is that we received 1 penalty point for roster negotiations. We withheld some Tunnel 10s from our roster for reasons that weren't. We discovered that it wasn't correct to withhold them. We thought it was, but it wasn't, so we got a penalty point for that. Yeah, that's basically it.
A quick question. I don't want that to turn into a big discussion. So what was the reason why Luke was finally in the roster? Did you kind of talk with admins and Immoral Thieves about that?
Yeah, so like we were going into the war trying to go for a 5-14-ish war. Some of you know War Whales wants more Tunnel 10 friendly breakdowns than some other clans.
Yeah.
Basically, we had our like not so good Tunnel 10s. A couple weren't available, but we also set a couple, which we received the penalty point for. And then we offered to use Luke in as a sub. So we offered that to Immoral Thieves, and they accepted his sub. So that's how we made it into the war.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sloffels.
All right, yeah, and I think that's pretty much all we need to say about that. You heard it here from Warwell's co-leader, and yeah, that's that. Then to the topic that we wanted to talk about today, and that is dipping. We've seen quite a few dip fails again this weekend. A lot of clans struggling with the 11 versus 10 hits, so definitely wanted to ask some questions about that, guys. First of all, what strategies are your clans using, and why do you think people are failing dips? Ferox, what I would be interested in is the Swarm focusing on sort of one dipping strategy, or are they using all sorts of different strategies, whatever fits the base? How are you guys doing that?
Yeah, we have different strategies according to base and personal preferences.
Okay. Interesting there as well. Sloffels, how about dipping in Warwits? How have you been on dips? And if there are dip fails, what do you think is the most common problem with them?
Yes, we've had dip fails, mostly earlier in the season. And the main reasons were funneling. So like funneling goes wrong, or giant bombs for the witch attack, bewitch attack.
Yeah.
Or like missed spells, something in that order. We've been doing a lot better recently, just because we forced the 11s to more plan together, like just as down 10s do. Even for dips, even if it's not that fun, it's needed because every dip is really important.
Yeah, for sure. In DLZ, we have struggled with dips quite a bit as well. This weekend also, and I wasn't even in the war, so yeah, it's really tough to tell. I mean, I feel like we have some pretty good Tunnel 11s usually, but in these last couple of weeks, there's been 1, 2, 3. Like, I mean, this war we had 3 dip fails and 2 11 versus 11 fails, so 5 hits by Tunnel 11s that did not go through, and obviously that's also part of the reason why we lost to Kancha. I feel like it is details, lack of concentration sometimes, and maybe some dips also not being planned as detailed as they are supposed to be. So dipping is certainly a big topic right now, and it should become more important again. I mean, there is no content on it on YouTube either, so a lot of the fair play YouTubers, or pretty much all of them, say that dipping is not a fair attack, so we are not showing it, but that could also be part of the reason. I mean, there's a lot of footage of 10v10 and 9v9, and people are doing well with that, so I don't know, maybe we need to cover that on YouTube or something, although I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but it's really tough to tell. I think it's just details and sometimes maybe concentration, so yeah, dipping is a thing Yeah.
It's not just that. It is also like people just they do the like 11s. They do friendly challenge against 10s, and they're like, okay, I can the spam Lalo on every base. So, and they send their royals in to get like a couple buildings, and then they do the spam Lalo, and or with the clone spell. But 11s maybe forget that if you don't get like the amount of value out of your king queen part, that you still can't 3-star a 10,
So
even as an 11.
It's underestimating the base maybe a bit as well.
Definitely.
Okay.
Maybe it's also depending on if it's a surprise
wrong spell
right?
placement, that all kind of comes together, and then boom, the attacker fails. Sometimes maybe it is just that 1 hound or 2 hounds don't pop. They don't have the cleanup, even if they bring like a couple of minions for the cleanup. They have a time fail. Sometimes I've seen a couple times that the warden on air catches a Sam on the outside and dies, and they can't use the warden ability at a specific point. Those kind of things, they come together, and then we have a dip fail.
Maybe it's also the CC. Like last week, we talked about baby drag CC.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you do a spam Lalo, normally you hope for a hound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've found quite a few reasons, so many different points that could lead to dip fails, and that I think that just points out that the 11s should really, or everybody should realize how important the 11 attacks are. Because if you go perfect on dips, seeing how close these wars are, I mean, it's pretty much, you can pretty much win every war with perfect dips and 2 10v10s or something. Of course, not if you're facing off against a super performance like from WHF this week or like from Warweights last week or something, but yeah, dipping is maybe even the most important point in the game right now, along with 10v11. I mean, of course, you can say everything is important, but yeah, the 11s should really focus on their attacks and make solid plans, maybe even as detailed as 10v10 plans sometimes, and then that should lead to better dips. All right, that's gonna cut it for the interview for this week, guys. We've already been going on for quite a while again, and up next is gonna be the breakdown. Alright guys, for today's breakdown we have got a mass hawk attack, and Ferox was so kind to perform this one already. Ferox, doing this attack, what were you thinking?
The first thing was I saw that not that offset, but the heroes were kind of offset as the CC was.
Okay.
And since there was so much trash, I just decided to add some Valkyries to get faster through it.
Usually we see a Golem sometimes with this attack as sort of the anchor for the defensive clan castle. You decide to go with Valkyries. Why do you prefer Valkyries over a Golem in this one?
On this one, it's because of the trash, because the Golem would just tank for the defenses, and my heroes would also need to go through the trash, and that could cost me the time.
Okay. We can see that you have pretty much taken out the enemy heroes, defensive clan castle. Your queen is going to get the enemy queen now. At this point, let's pause the replay and let's talk about what you're going to do next. So the base looks pretty symmetrical. Looks like there should be some good hawk pathing, but what goes through your mind as far as where and how you deploy your hawks now?
Oh my god. To be honest, I don't remember on which side I deployed my hawks at that moment, because it was like some days ago.
Okay, but looking at this base now, if you had to attack it now, like what would be a good way to deploy the hawks and what would be a bad way to deploy them?
I would either go for 2 o'clock or 8 o'clock side, because you can like send your hawks straight through, because the pathing would be really easy. And I think it would be harder to go on, for example, 10:30, because you would have not only bomb tower, wizard tower, and also 2 expos like shooting at my hawks at some point. And yeah, it's easier to have, in my opinion, just 1 expo at once on my hawks.
Okay, so you don't want both expos at the same time. Let's find out where you deployed your hawks then. It was actually 8 o'clock, I remembered, but it was kind of funny to keep you in the dark there. A tank giant as well. Do you always do that, or just?
Yes, I always do that, because if I have only suicide heroes, I have a ton of hawks. But if like the classic 3-point devs rule, if 3-point devs are shooting or just for offset Teslas, like here, it's better to have the giant taking the damage instead of the hawks, since he has more life.
Okay, that sounds good. You use both your poison spells for the clankers. You've got no poison for the skeleton traps now. Are you not worried about those at all, or did you just need the 2 poisons for the clan castle?
I think I needed the 2 poisons. If the queen was more offset, 1 poison would be probably enough. But well, yeah, normally you have so many hawks, and also clean up. If you have taken out enough, I don't really worry about skeletons, but that's a legit point.
Okay.
So it's also always depending on the base.
Okay. And what do you do with mass hawks to not run out of time? Because that can be a problem sometimes.
Yeah, so the thing is, you should start really early with your hawks. As soon you like maybe at the point when the queen was going down. So I think I waited until she was down, but you could like start like 2 shots before she would be down or something like that. And
okay.
Also a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, let's watch it again. Let's just watch the rate again, guys. It's a little bit awkward this week. I'm gonna have to skip back here. Okay, there we go. I think we can play it, and then just some more general thoughts. So, your cleanup troops, you obviously want to have not only like 2 wizards or something. You want to have some more, like maybe some minions or archers.
Yeah, I love minions. So if I can, I usually go with wizards, some minions, and archers for cleanup. But well, I care more about the minions than the archers. But
Okay.
it depends on the base. If there are a lot of storages and collectors and mines outside, gold mines, I like sometimes to bring goblins instead of archers too.
Okay. In this case, you were able to take out quite a few storages in the beginning, so I guess that really helped as well.
Yeah, so that was the reason I did not bring goblins.
And you were able to keep your queen alive. She's of course the most valuable cleanup unit in the game. So I guess that was good.
So if it's possible, it's a plus. If not, it's still okay. But I try to keep her alive if possible.
All right. And what would you just shooting into the blue here? If you would be asked how much cleanup do you need with a mass hawk attack on average? What do you think? What sort of army camp space or how many troops of what do you think you need for cleanup?
Well, of course it depends, but I would always try to keep a wizard for cleanup and some minions.
Okay. Did you actually? I kind of missed it in the first time we watched. Did you swag a heal spell on this one?
Yeah, I did not use it. I didn't really swag it, but I just saved it.
You use it late, so useful swag.
No, I did not use it at all.
Okay. You didn't even drop it. Okay, that is so nice of you.
Do you want to know why I don't do Suicide Heroes and Lalo but Hogs?
Yeah, go ahead.
And the thing is, I had problems with Hog heavy attacks and Loon heavy attacks because I was always better back end and surgical. Well, on bases like this, I just thought it would be easier to have the Suicide Heroes and then Hogs than Loons because the meta is like a little bit anti-air. So the Loon pathing is often more difficult than the Hog
at the end.
So that's the reason why I chose Hogs.
All right, so it's you think it's a bit easier to execute, maybe?
It depends on the base, but yeah, I think so. At least for me, I prefer to have Malala with healers or KS instead. It's just personal preference.
Okay.
I'm not that experienced in the Suicide Heroes Lalo.
All right, guys. So there you go. That is your CWL Town Hall 9 3-star strategy, Mass Hawks, and I would say one of the easier ones to perform. Of course, you need a nice base. This base had nice hawk pathing, so that's why Ferox was able to absolutely smash it. Well done on that, and that's gonna wrap it up for the breakdown this week. Alright guys, for this week's Maybe Maybe Not, we have got a Queen Charge Baby Dragon attack. We've got Dr. Boss of DLZ attacking here against one of the Kancha bases. So let's see how he's going to be doing this one, starting off with the Queen here at 2 o'clock. Queen Charge Baby Dragons, you guys are all playing Town Hall 9s. How do you like this attack?
Very.
Very well.
Very. Yeah.
It's really cool, the Baby Dragons.
Okay, have you been FCing this army with Snip before? Did I see a video on that?
Yes, you have seen a video. I wasn't FCing myself. I was just offering the bases.
Oh, you were playing punching bag for that one, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
yes.
I remember now. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Sort of a little bit different army, I think, but obviously this is war, so it's not a pre-cooked army. This was a fresh hit, by the way, so that can maybe also help you with your predictions, or maybe not. That's what this one is all about. At this point, he's looking pretty good, right, Asterix?
It's looking
at
good.
At this point, yeah, he's looking really good. I could catch one Sam at 3 o'clock. Kill the baby dragon.
Yeah.
Queen is doing actually a good thing. There is another Sam. He lost. He's now losing a healer. But it
looks like he got all the Sams already out of the way.
Did he have 5 healers?
One Sam left. No, 4 healers.
He had 4 healers.
I think
a little early on those loons.
Yeah, maybe. Early on the loons.
All right.
Yeah, but maybe he was about running out of time.
The replay is paused, guys. This is this is the moment where you all have to predict the outcome of this raid.
Right, is the queen gonna live? That's the main question.
That's the question. She's got 2 expos on her, and I believe only 1 healer.
He has no ability anymore.
No ability.
So the queen's gonna die. Will
She
she get
maybe
the,
gets the
will she get the
expo
air defense?
and the AD, but probably not the second expo.
Okay, so
I'm gonna call a fail.
Sloth's going with fail. All right,
Yeah, I think there's one more Sam somewhere in there. It's
maybe,
gonna be horrible.
maybe not. Asterisk, fail or triple.
I think it is a fail. I think she's not gonna get but he has just sent in how many loons? 4 loons. He has 2 in the back and 3 baby dragons. The problem though is the sweeper still there.
Air defense is up.
If he can, the air defense is up. If the queen gets that air defense and he's like quick enough to send in loons on the expo together with baby dragons, he might have a shot.
So 3
but
star or fail?
I think it's a fail.
Okay, so you
I
both
call
of you
this a
guys,
fail.
both of you guys called fail last week, and Ferox called triple. So Ferox, your call this week.
Last time I thought you would trick me in, so maybe the trick is in getting me saying the opposite this time. We don't know. But it depends. How much life do the loons have?
I have
They're
no
full
idea.
health.
They're full health.
Full health.
Yeah.
So it's hard because I think I agree with Asterix on saying if he gets the AD too, he has a shot.
All right, he has a shot. But what's the prediction?
I don't know.
You don't
Oh
know.
my God.
That's a really good prediction. So I guess I paused the replay at the right moment here.
I
Yeah.
guess so.
I call fail because I don't like the sweeper.
All 3 of you are calling the fail. That's interesting.
No
45 seconds left in the raid. Sloffels already thinks, by the way, that I am commenting on that he knows the outcome now. He wants to switch his call, but he can't. That's unfortunate. Let's see how this one's gonna pan out.
Oh,
So
lol.
Queen gets the expo and the air defense, and in
That's
the
a 3
end,
now.
we've got so
Okay.
many baby
Oh
dragons
my.
left.
Okay, it's a 3 now. But on the other hand, if you have
Wow.
a replay, it's different than if you have a live replay because the time is different.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you on voice chat, we were like, he's stupid.
oh,
Why is he doing that
wow.
fresh shit?
He
And
has
it
so many baby dragons
Ends up
now.
being half an overkill with like 4 or 5 baby dragons left there.
Yeah,
Well, they're
it
pretty
looks
low
like
health,
an
though.
overkill if you just see the end.
All
Funny.
right. So
We got it at the
unfortunately,
last second.
everybody wrong this week. Great attack by Dr. Boss here. Pulling off the triple. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I guess I can say great attack. So,
Yeah, well, I called it. You
Fresh
tricked
hits
me.
are always tricky.
Ferrix called it. Yeah, for sure. So yeah,
You tricked me.
ended up being a triple. Really close one back and forth here. Well done to him. And yeah, that brings us to our last category for today, which is of course coming up. Alright guys, coming up, you know that we usually would predict 3 top wars for next week in this section of the video, but of course there's gonna be a bye week next week, so there's not gonna be any CWL wars. Still, we wanted to use this section to let you know that we will be here next week, so there will be a Clashversation episode, although there's not gonna be CWL wars. We are planning to do a Twiddler session, couple fun other things, since we will not be able to talk about past wars, so we will still be here. And I just wanted to use this to also ask my 3 guests what you are doing on a bye week. So who wants to start with this one?
I would say ladies first, right?
Okay.
Oh.
Ferox on the spot, I like it.
And the thing is, I don't know much what I will do, but I probably will farm up the baby villages.
Okay.
I've been left to do
Ferox will keep farming those new baby villages as she has been doing today. Sloffels, some base building, testing the loot, some more. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what was this a war scheduled with a French coalition of clans? Yeah, and besides that, I'll be just building, testing, and playing this new village.
Okay, and maybe also, since there's no CWL on the weekend, maybe you've got time for your girlfriend or something?
Possibly.
Possibly, okay.
I might go have a drink on Sunday instead of spending in time from the for the PC.
That's okay. No, I'm not gonna throw shade. All right, Asterix, what are you gonna do?
Well, I will definitely farm on my 10. And I built a couple bases on my 9 and test the loons.
Oh yeah.
That's what I will do on this weekend.
Is that 10 getting close to tier 2 already, or?
Oh man, no, I'm way too far away.
He's flying. He's a farming beast. He has no.
Yeah, I mean, I have like 99 volts left, but I'm 71k weight. The problem I have, yeah.
Maybe tell that you are when
engineered.
No, it's not that. No, it's not an engineered account. So the problem I have is I had like not enough builders, that was constantly upgrading my heroes. So the defense is just lagging behind. But I'm working on it.
I actually know that problem from my team as well. Yeah. Anyways, so before I forget, guys, I wanted to do this in the beginning. Sorry, I did forget about it. Big shout out to Itzu and Dark Looters for hooking me up with some replays, and also to Derek and the Swarm. The update sort of hit me midday today. I was still working and actually not able to go to a couple of invite clans and collect replays. So shout out to those two guys for hooking me up. And once again, guys, if you have replays from invite that you would like me to include to this video, or that where you say I can use them, that would definitely help out. So feel free to hit me up in 2 weeks to include those. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for today. Until next time, we will see you all later. Peace out.